Have you ever wanted love so deeply, yet the moment someone gets close, your heart starts to panic and you pull away? You crave intimacy but fear losing yourself. You want safety but mistrust what feels too steady. That push and pull is not you being broken. It's the blueprint of fearful-avoidant attachment, a nervous system caught between longing and protection. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this happens and how to begin moving towards secure connection. Because your attachment style isn't a life sentence. It's a mirror of what your body once needed to survive. Awareness is the first act of healing. When you understand your pattern, you stop fighting yourself and start creating love that feels safe to stay in. A story of mixed signals. Let me tell you a story. A young boy grew up in a home where love had two faces. Some days his parent was warm, singing lullabies, brushing his hair, whispering, "I love you." He felt safe, seen, wanted. But other days, that same parent slammed doors, went silent, or exploded in anger without warning. Love became unpredictable, a game of emotional hide and seek. So he learned to love carefully, to reach for connection, but keep one foot ready to run. His body carried two opposing truths. I want closeness, and closeness might hurt. As he grew older, this confusion showed up in his relationships. Pulling close when he feared loss, pushing away when things felt too real. That's the essence of fearful-avoidant attachment. A heart that longs for love, but doesn't yet trust it's safe to stay. 1. What is fearful-avoidant attachment? Fearful-avoidant attachment, sometimes called disorganized attachment, emerges when love and fear become intertwined. It's born from unpredictable caregiving, when the same person who offered comfort was also the source of confusion, criticism, or pain. As children, these experiences taught the nervous system that closeness can soothe and hurt, sometimes in the same moment. So as adults, they crave intimacy, yet instinctively guard against it. They might say, "I'm fine on my own," while silently wishing someone would break through their walls. Love feels magnetic but unsafe, a push and pull between the desire to be held and the fear of losing control. But here's the empowering truth. This pattern isn't who you are, it's what your body learned. And what's learned can always be rewired. 2. The core beliefs. At the heart of fearful-avoidant attachment are two deeply conflicting beliefs. I don't know if love feels good or if love hurts. People who care for me might also cause me pain. These beliefs don't come from weakness. They're the nervous system's survival strategy. When your caregiver was both your comfort and your fear, your body learned to stay in constant alert. Come closer, but not too close. You start scanning for signs of rejection, second-guessing warmth, and questioning your own feelings. Even joy can feel unsafe because the mind expects the crash that follows. This inner tug-of-war creates exhaustion, self-doubt, and a quiet mistrust not just of others, but of your own emotions. But awareness brings choice, and choice begins to rebuild safety from the inside out. 3. How it develops. Fearful-avoidant attachment often begins in early environments where love and fear coexist. Homes marked by trauma, neglect, or emotional inconsistencies send confusing messages to a developing brain. A parent may have been warm and affectionate one moment, then distant, critical, or explosive the next. Or the child may have witnessed violence or instability, where affection was followed by danger. When the same person who's supposed to protect you also becomes a source of threat, the attachment system doesn't know which instinct to trust. It becomes disorganized, torn between reaching out for safety and pulling back to survive. So the child learns two opposing reflexes: seek comfort but stay ready to run. And that survival dance often follows them into adulthood until awareness and healing begin to rewrite the pattern. 4. The inner world of the fearful child. Picture a small child reaching out for a hug, yet flinching at the same time. That split second where love collides with fear etches a lifelong blueprint into the nervous system. Inside that child lives a quiet question: will you hold me or will you hurt me? So even as they grow, their body stays guarded, longing for closeness, yet bracing for pain. As adults, this becomes a pattern of contradiction, saying, "I want love," while pushing it away, ghosting someone they deeply care about, or testing loyalty until it finally breaks. It's not manipulation, it's self-protection, a nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do: survive. Healing begins when that inner child feels safe enough to soften, to trust, and to whisper, maybe this time love can stay. 5 adult patterns at work. In the workplace, people with fearful-avoidant attachment often seem calm, capable, and independent. But underneath that composure is a quiet vigilance. They crave recognition yet fear dependence. They value teamwork but avoid true collaboration, worried that criticism or rejection might sting too deeply. They might overperform to earn approval, then withdraw or shut down the moment they feel misunderstood. This push and pull isn't laziness or pride. It's a nervous system trying to stay safe in environments that echo the unpredictability of early authority. When a boss raises their voice or gives abrupt feedback, it can awaken old memories of instability or shame. So they adapt by staying guarded, self-reliant, and striving for perfection. Healing at work begins with self-awareness. Learning that feedback isn't a threat and that true safety comes from within, not from control. 6 adult patterns with friends. In friendships, the fearful avoidant person often walks an emotional tightrope, craving deep connection one moment, then disappearing the next. They may bond intensely, share everything, and feel seen, but when the closeness feels too vulnerable, their instinct is to retreat and recharge behind invisible walls. It's not because they don't care, it's because connection feels risky. They fear burdening others with their emotions, yet secretly fear being forgotten if they stay silent too long. Trust becomes a quiet test. Will you stay if I pull away? Will you still want me when I'm not performing closeness perfectly? These cycles can create guilt, distance, and self-blame, but awareness brings compassion. Healing begins when they realize true friendship isn't earned through perfection. It's built through consistency, honesty, and repair. 7 adult patterns in romantic relationships. In romantic relationships, the fearful avoidant pattern reveals itself most vividly. They long for deep soul-level connection, but the moment love feels real, the body remembers danger. What should feel safe instead triggers panic. They may fall fast, open up completely, and dream of forever, then suddenly shut down, pick fights, or pull away without warning. Closeness awakens both hope and terror. Their nervous system confuses intensity with intimacy, drawn to emotional highs and lows that mirror the chaos of early love. Unpredictability feels like passion, stability feels foreign. Yet beneath every retreat and argument lies one quiet question. Can I ever feel safe in love? The answer is yes when safety becomes internal, not conditional. Healing love starts when you stop running from the tenderness you've always deserved to receive. 8 red flags to watch. You crave intimacy yet feel trapped the moment someone gets close. You disappear or emotionally shut down when things feel too intense. You struggle to trust even with people who've proven consistent and kind. You feel safest alone but also lonely when you're by yourself. You find yourself in relationships that swing between closeness and chaos, between passion and fear. These aren't flaws, they're adaptations. Protective strategies formed in a childhood where love was both healing and harmful. Your body learned to guard your heart while still longing to be held. That contradiction doesn't make you broken, it makes you human. Healing begins when you stop judging these patterns and start listening to what they're protecting you from. Because awareness is the doorway to safety, and safety is the foundation of real love. 9. The turning point from fear to trust. Healing begins the moment you learn to separate love from fear. To understand that safety isn't found in chaos, it's built through consistency, honesty, and emotional presence. When you feel the urge to withdraw or push someone away, pause and ask yourself, what part of me is afraid right now? That question turns reactivity into awareness. Through inner child work, you begin to meet the younger version of yourself, the one who learned love could vanish without warning. You get to tell them, you're safe now, we're not in that house anymore. With every mindful moment, fear loses its grip. Awareness transforms confusion into compassion, and compassion becomes the bridge between your past and the secure love you're learning to receive. 10. Building emotional security. Healing fearful avoidant attachment isn't about chasing love. It's about creating safety within yourself, so connection no longer feels like a threat. Body awareness. Learn to calm your nervous system before reacting. Breathe, ground, and notice, I'm safe in this moment. When your body feels steady, love becomes less overwhelming. Boundaries. Allow space without disappearing. It's okay to need distance, but stay present through communication, not avoidance. Trauma-informed work helps rewire the old belief that love equals danger, teaching your body that stability can feel good. Consistent relationships. Choose people who are calm, predictable, and kind. Their steadiness helps your nervous system learn what safety feels like. Every small act of awareness builds trust within. And when you feel safe inside, love stops being a battlefield and starts becoming home. 11. The secure version of you. Imagine loving without panic, letting someone close without shrinking or disappearing. Imagine feeling peace when you're alone and the same peace when you're held. That version of you already exists, quietly waiting beneath the armor you built to survive. They don't chase or withdraw to stay safe. They trust that love can be both free and secure. The secure version of you knows that connection doesn't mean losing yourself. It means being fully seen and still belonging to yourself. They no longer mistake calm for boredom or predictability for danger. That's what healing feels like, not dramatic or chaotic, but steady, grounded, and beautifully ordinary. Because real love isn't about intensity, it's about safety that stays. If this message resonated with you, remember, your attachment style is not your destiny. It's the story your nervous system wrote to keep you safe. And stories can always be rewritten. Healing fearful-avoidant attachment isn't about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to the self that existed before fear taught you to hide. It means teaching your body that love and safety can coexist. That connection doesn't have to cost you peace. That you can let love in and still belong to yourself. I'm Nori, and my AI twin sister, Nora, sharing reflections on attachment, trauma, and transformation. If this video brought you clarity or comfort, please like, share, and subscribe. Because when we heal the fear inside love, we don't just find connection, we find freedom.